Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a weekday edition of the Weekend Wrap Up. But this is breaking news, Josh.
This is breaking news. We didn't have a breaking news video, but if you're with us on the weekend, we said
there
if
might be,
anything
yeah.
broke, we would come to you. So we have been in discussion for a few hours on this, debating whether or not to come out with breaking news. This is actually a story that's been kind of going on in the background for the past few months, and we had left it alone. But enough information came to light today that we thought we would go ahead and put the information out there.
We know
for
the
public.
facts. We know the facts now, and
we have some facts now. Yes, we
Right.
do. So, yeah.
All right, Josh. Why don't you give us a little insight on what you're going to read, what it's about, or I don't know if you're going to read it, but you're gonna go over just a couple of things to make people aware of what's taking place.
Yeah, here's what's going on. Monday, July 28th, 2025, in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee, Farm Credit Mid-America plaintiff filed a complaint and request for appointment of receiver against Uncle Nearest Inc., Nearest Green Distillery Inc., Uncle Nearest Real Estate Holdings LLC, Fawn Weaver, and Keith Weaver. This is just a filing. This is not the final thing. This is just the beginning of what's probably going to end up being quite a bit of a process from what we're seeing here. A lot of what we're going to read here today are just allegations by the bank that they will get a chance to respond to, but they are serious enough that we thought we'd bring it out since this is a big part of our local economy, particularly in the tourism industry here in town. This particular facility here, the Nearest Green Distillery on 231. So the allegation is by Farm Credit Mid-America, says this action arises out of over a year of Uncle Nearest failing to fulfill obligations owed to the lender. They are alleging myriad of defaults under the lender's over $100 million in loans to Uncle Nearest. Claiming that Uncle Nearest has failed to pay principal and interest payments multiple times, that they used proceeds from these loans to purchase a $2 million home on Martha's Vineyard, that they have sold barrels of whiskey to generate cash to pay past due obligations, that they've sold millions of future receipts and revenue streams at a discount, and that they have failed to maintain a net income of at least $1 at the end of each calendar month and failed to maintain a net worth of at least $100 million during 2024, as was required by the loan documents that were signed by Nearest Green. So basically, in a nutshell, there were a number of loans taken out to operate Nearest Green. Three in particular that were made by this entity. There was a revolving loan, a term loan, and what was called a relock loan. As of July 28th, they're claiming a default of $69.3 million on the main loan, $23.2 million on the term loan, and $15.6 on the relock loan. And according to the agreements that were made between the two parties, it says that there is a security agreement granting a security interest in nearly all of Uncle Nearest's personal property, including accounts receivable, inventory, including without limitation spirits, bottles, and barrels, goods, and general intangibles, and that Farm Credit Mid-America is claiming that all of that is in default. They want a receiver put into place, which would be a third party to take over operations of Uncle Nearest and try to get their $108,245,000 in debt.
Okay, so
repaid.
This is pretty much you're reading right from the court documents, which is public information.
This came from we have a Pacer account. This came with the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee. This was filed on Monday. I would expect there will be some kind of response from Uncle Nearest fairly soon. At this point, honestly, I would have expected one before now. It's been a couple days. We did debate, whether to be the ones to bring this out. This is a bigger than us story. This is something that's going to be in more national news, and I would expect that'll be there pretty soon. But we had the information, and because it affects us so much here in Shelbyville and in Bedford County, we want to go ahead and get it out to people. So
there's a court date, and I'm sure they'll be able to contest this in court
There's an initial court hearing for the emergency request scheduled for August 7th at the U.S. Court in Chattanooga. So there may be motion before then, but that is the first thing on the books.
Okay, so this is a fluid. This is a fluid situation, and
It
things will
is.
change, and we'll try to stay on top of it so people will know what's going on.
Yeah,
with,
we'll keep people in the loop as much as we
right.
can. Again, it's a big story, so I would expect national news will pick it up before
Right.
too long, and
Yeah.
there'll be articles all over the place. But we wanted to let people know because.
Yeah. So just stay tuned out there, and as we have more information, we'll let everybody know. We're not going to comment at this point because we're just finding out about this ourselves.
We just found about it ourselves today.
And we will be back to update you at a later time. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back